I feel like we should start out by saying Dearest Gentle Readers or something, since this is a full Bridgerton season 4, part 1 kind of review episode. But
Also, spoilers. So
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Spoilers
so
for
if you haven't watched Bridgerton and you're planning on it,
yeah.
probably leave.
Spoilers for the first 4 episodes that come out of season 4, and then also spoilers for any of the book that is relevant to what we've seen so far. Not anything past what we've seen. But I will be bringing up differences from the book. So, let's get into it. I'm so excited. This is like what I've been waiting for. This is my Super Bowl. But welcome to the Pocket Friends podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Miranda.
I'm Daniela.
I'm Jillian.
And this week we are so excited to talk about Bridgerton.
Yay.
I feel like we go forever between seasons, and then when it gets here, it flies by, and it's so fast and so short.
Mm-hmm.
And then we wait again.
Literally watching it all in one night.
Yeah, truly. I watched, so I went over to a friend's house last night, and I watched the first 2 episodes. And then I live an hour away from her, so I had to drive home. And I got home at 10 o'clock, and I was like, oh, I have to finish watching. So I watched one more episode last night, went to bed late, and then woke up this morning to watch the last episode as I was like getting ready for the day.
You watched it before work?
I watched it like as I was getting ready.
That's crazy.
Like I made breakfast.
You've been going into work, right, Miranda?
Yeah, I have, because my frozen tundra of a place that I live in has snow on the ground, but there's not been any more snow, and there's not ice like you guys have.
Yeah.
Jillian, did you go into work at all this week?
I went in today. I got the email last night that was like, courts are open. And then my boss sent an email like an hour after that was like, you guys don't have to come in. But I didn't see that email until I got into work this morning.
Aw, bummer.
So it was me and like 3 other people in the office.
She needed to go in today anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It worked out
Maybe
good.
maybe it was a good change of scenery. Sometimes when you're at home for too long, you get a little stir crazy.
Well, I was also a lot more productive in my office. Yeah.
That's good.
Well, and she had to talk to her boss about something.
Yeah.
Fair.
I have not gone to work all week.
Wow, so you got to be a little stay-at-home, whatever. Stay-at-home dog mom this week.
Absolutely nothing.
So wait, so when did you guys start watching yesterday after Jillian finished working?
Yeah.
Well,
we went to the store.
Didn't we watch one episode at lunch though?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we went to the store and then finished after that.
So you didn't do 4 straight hours of Bridgerton?
No.
Just 3.
But we did go until 10 o'clock.
They were kind of long, actually.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
They put a lot in each episode, I feel like.
They were very packed. So, okay,
But
so we have a lot of content.
I think we just forget how much happens in each episode, because even season 1, like when we were rewatching, I was like, a lot happened that I forgot about. In the first episode alone.
That's true.
Like, it was all stuff I remembered happening, but it was like, I didn't remember it all happening in the first episode.
Yeah. We've definitely gotten away from doing like the TV 45-minute episodes. It's like a full solid hour episodes now, which I appreciate.
And I like that.
Yeah, I do too. Gives
Feels
us more
like
content.
It's giving you enough time, like the story can breathe and the plot still moves along.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's no weird cuts for commercial break.
Daniela's menace.
Yeah.
Yeah, it Charmed, because it's on Amazon, which our Amazon has ads.
Mm-hmm.
And my biggest pet peeve is that Charmed was made for TV, so it was made for commercial breaks.
Yeah.
And they put the commercials in spots that were not originally commercial breaks.
Yeah,
and you can
it's just
tell.
forever. That's super annoying. Okay, I want to give us plenty of time to talk about it, so let's start talking about it now. Jillian, you have a list. So let's start from your list, and then as we go, Daniela and I can also chime in and be like, this was our opinions.
Okay. So I have notes laid out episode by episode.
Yes.
Episode 1 doesn't have that many notes. My biggest note is just like, it was a really pretty episode.
Yes.
So we have like, starting off with Benedict clearly being a rake and not caring at all.
Absolutely not caring. But can I make one comment about his first appearance? Because it's so funny to me that the last 2 seasons that we had Anthony and then we had Colin, and both of them had this huge glow up leading into their season, right? Like the first time we see them at their seasons, they're like beautiful. You know, they look so different. They look gorgeous. They look like leading men. The first time we see Benedict, he is in bed and disgusting.
Hungover.
Clearly a rake. Hungover, just gross. He was giving me the ick, honestly.
Yes. I was getting that too, but the only thing that was like a little bit redeeming was his like face when Violet was like, "Oh my gosh, there's another girl."
Yeah.
And he was just like he gives like his quirky smile.
Yeah.
So we have Violet just not having it. She's like, he needs to find a wife this season. So
she's dealing with the 2 most stubborn children this season. She's dealing with Eloise and Benedict.
And I love that she points it out. She's like, I gave you guys a break last year.
Yeah.
And now I don't have anybody else. It's up to the 2 of you.
She's like, Hyacinth's not old enough yet. It's time for you guys to find your match.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Hyacinth's season after like seeing her this season, and she's always been like into everything. But I'm curious how that's going to be in her season. If she's still going to be like just as into it, or if her opinions are going to change at all.
Yeah, I'm curious too. Honestly, her book and Gregory's book are the ones that I've only ever read once. And I don't even think I connected with them that well because when I read them, it was after season 1. So they were like children in my brain. And I just couldn't get over that. So eventually I'll reread them. But yeah, I'm just as like, I can't really remember everything that happens with them either. So it's kind of cool to see Hyacinth grow up though and like go from little girl to just not quite out in society, but you can tell so much that she wants to be.
Yeah. So do you still think they need to recast her?
By the time they get to filming her season, maybe not.
I think she looks grown up enough now.
Yeah, I think if it was her season right now, she would look grown up enough if it was her season right now. I still think also have to remember her real life age is close to the age that she's supposed to be playing anyways.
Yes. Yes, 100%. I still think she needs like a couple years. Personally, for me to feel comfortable with especially the scenes that they film.
Okay, that's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah. Because I mean, there's a reason that there's kind of more older people that kind of play these scenes. And it's because it's not necessarily a teen show. So, a couple more years. But I will say, I do see her now as less of a child. So, yeah. I think that was the point. But she looked gorgeous. She looked great.
She did. She did. So, we also have her, like, trying to sneak into the ball. Because she's like, it's a masquerade ball. I can get in.
I love how Eloise, like, pinpointed her right away. She's like, I know that. I know that girl.
Yeah.
Eloise is like, I'm not having it.
So we also have Penelope, like, being out as Lady Whistledown. And the queen is... She, like, wants... She, like, basically wanted Penelope to read her column to her.
Yeah. That bothered me so much. I was so annoyed with the queen. I was like, the queen is going to be so annoying this season.
She is. She is.
I fully expect to not really. I mean, I haven't always loved the queen scenes anyways because she's a queen. So she's, you know, does what she wants and gets what she wants. but she's going to be extra annoying this season.
She's depressed.
She's bored out of her mind because she does nothing all day.
Yeah. We'll circle back to that. I have some thoughts. So, at the ball, we have Penelope and the Queen.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, well, first she's like, I don't want a girl this season. I don't want to pick out a diamond. And now she's like, I want to pick out a man. And I loved her, like, going through the crowd. And Penelope being like, no.
Yeah,
like,
it was like,
do we care if he smells?
Yeah. Do we care if he has enough? Like, how much money are we talking? Does he have any social etiquette? Like, what do we got?
Yeah. And I love that Penelope was also like, it can't be Benedict because he's never going to get married.
Yeah.
And then I'll just disappoint the Queen.
I have some inside information.
So then we have Sophie sneaking into the ball, and I guess at the very end of the episode, we figure out she's a maid. But, like, for most of this episode, we technically didn't know that, even though that was kind of already given away. But she looks super pretty.
Mm-hmm. She is.
And she had no idea what was going on. Like,
no.
Or how to act at a ball.
Never been, didn't know. I'm assuming the Penwoods probably didn't throw any balls, so she probably had never been on the hosting side either.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah, so she really hadn't seen anything, and her stepsisters were there. What do you think of, I guess from the first episode, what do you think of Posey and Rosamund?
Posey didn't say much in the first episode, but like I didn't dislike her. Rosamund, don't like. She's like stuck up. She has to be the center of attention and think she gets whatever she wants kind of person.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very pushy. She is exactly like her mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. What I will say though is that because Cho Chang, who was in Harry Potter, is the mom.
That's where I recognized her from. I was like, she looks familiar.
Yeah, she's Cho Chang, and I was like, wow, it's so cool to see her in something else.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't know that. So then we have Sophie, and like Benedict approaches Sophie solely because she's looking at the chandelier and like not paying attention.
Yeah,
everything going on.
Well, I don't think it was specifically that she was looking at the chandelier. I think it was that she was admiring the beauty of the place more than like interested in the social aspect of it, where people are trying to manipulate other people to get what they want.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He was he was admiring her awe of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think that he was just fascinated by watching her slip her dance card like into her glove and like kind of sidestep the man. He was like, "Oh, someone who doesn't want to dance with eligible gentlemen."
Yeah.
He likes the different ladies.
I mean, don't they all?
He just likes being contrarian, I think, and finding somebody who's also a little contrarian.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad it wasn't just like her staring up at the ceiling. Like, you know, you could kind of see a little bit more thought behind it, because everyone, you know, and their mother is being like, Benedict is the dumbest Bridgerton right now for like not recognizing Sophie later on. But just, I'm like, kind of doesn't help if you just were fascinated by a woman because she was staring up at a chandelier.
Yeah. So they end up like sneaking away to the terrace, which is a little scandalous. But they were basically just like running away from. Like, he's trying to get away from his mom and all the ladies, and she just is trying to get away from Lady Penwood.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, let's go out on the terrace. But they had like a really cute moment. The dancing, I really liked that. Like, she doesn't know how to dance, so he teaches her. And then he goes to kiss her but doesn't because she's a lady and he's a gentleman, and kisses her on the cheek instead.
Yeah, which, yeah. Yeah, he's not afraid to kiss non-ladies.
Yeah.
or
Well, yeah, I was gonna say that because
non-people in
like
society.
because like he was very gentlemanly and polite in that setting, but then when he meets her as a maid, not so much.
Yeah.
A little bit still. He was still like, but he still like ended up kissing her and other stuff.
Yeah, I think they really highlight how poorly the maids are treated, especially by men this season.
Absolutely. They are
Yeah.
treated horribly.
Also, when she was like saying stuff to him about how all the like work and effort that the ladies put in to then be put on show for these men, and he was like, "Oh, I've never really thought about that." And like, you have like 50 siblings, multiple of them being sisters. Are you that oblivious?
Apparently.
I think they are. They are really that oblivious. And like this
They
comes
are.
up later, so sorry to jump ahead. But the scene with Benedict and Colin and Gregory and how they're doing the shave, and then it ends up in the huge shaving fight. And then later on, Sophie walks by that room and sees a maid having to clean up all of their mess.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't even think about who's going to clean all that up or what's going
No.
to happen with those kinds of things. It goes over their head.
Yeah. We see multiple times. I mean, this has happened in earlier seasons too, but we see like the nobility have no idea what their staff does for them.
No.
Like, they genuinely can't do anything on their own.
Yeah. I'm loving seeing Mrs. Smith so much too. Like you can see it in the first episode when they're opening the house and they're getting everything ready for the ball. Like that lady runs a tight ship.
Yeah.
I do appreciate Violet for that too. It feels like Violet tries her hardest to really recognize the effort and work that they put in and do, especially a lot more than most people in her position.
Yeah. Lady Featherington comes to mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the ball was beautiful.
So
I think
I
it was
love a masquerade ball.
the most beautiful ball I've seen so far.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Like it was gorgeous.
That one, and I might be just a little bit biased to this one because it ends up raining, but Daphne's ball at the end, I love that one.
That one's just cute.
Yeah, that one was great too. And it was very different, I feel like. There's a couple that stick out in my head. That one, the beginning of Anthony's season with the it was almost like a greenhouse or something like that. That was really pretty. And then the bugs just will always make me.
Bugs.
Yeah, but those are some of my thoughts.
That one was also really pretty. Like, it had the glass ceiling and
Yeah,
like they made a big deal out of the stage for dancing.
yeah. This one was top tier though, for sure.
Yeah.
All the costumes were just fun too.
They were, but the masks sucked in a lot of them. Like they were gorgeous masks, but like everyone kept taking them down to talk, and I'm like, that's not the point.
Yeah.
I don't understand the mask with like the stick where you have to hold it up the whole time. Like, you can't do anything else.
Yeah. You can hardly even hold a drink at that point. You can't dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really get a stick.
Neither.
But everyone else had these like really fun, like cute, elaborate masks. And then Colin, was just like, I'm a ninja.
Yeah. It was giving Zorro.
It was.
It was. It was.
Well, he
definitely.
also, like, I don't know that he really had a costume because he literally showed up from, like, a party he was at to the ball.
Oh,
and
Benny?
didn't really
Yeah.
change. Yeah.
No.
Or maybe he intentionally picked something like that where he could wear his outfit out before the party.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure his mom wouldn't let him get away without picking an outfit. She probably would have had him pick something, and he probably just picked the simplest thing he could get away with.
Probably.
Men
But
don't
the
have to
whole
try that
time,
hard.
the whole time that he was with Sophie, I was just like, dude, no offense. But where have your hands been recently? Where has your mouth been recently?
And kissing a guy.
I mean, fine, kissing, but like he obviously just probably had sex, and I'm like,
Yeah. True.
Not clean at all.
and then I'm thinking of like the cleanliness of like Regency era, and I'm like, I can't think too hard
Yeah.
about it. It grosses me out.
Not good.
That's why, I mean, like the first episode, Benedict was just giving me the ick.
He kind of was. They really highlighted how bad he was. Like,
Yeah, he was just a complete rake. He, and like, so was Anthony before in season 1, but at least he had, like a consistent side piece, I guess.
True.
well, okay, even during Anthony's season where he's looking for his wife, he's still like sleeping with prostitutes
Yeah,
in between during his whole montage.
that's true. Colin did too.
Colin did the same thing.
I guess it just wasn't as highlight. Like, to me, it just felt so much worse than both of those past seasons.
I think because the other boys, it was kind of just like clips, like montage type situation.
Yeah.
But for Benedict, it's like that's like part of his situation. So it's like an actual scene.
He also does the parties. The other boys were just like going to see the girls.
Yeah. Yeah. Benedict loves a party.
And getting drunk.
Yeah. And drinking lots.
Yeah.
He's definitely, yeah.
I guess the only other things from episode 1 were Lady Danbury not throwing the first ball. She's trying to step back from society. That becomes an issue with the Queen. And the Queen, like, she's literally like, I'm taking a step back. I want to go back to my childhood home. And the Queen is like, no.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't want Lady Danbury to leave either, but I'm not that selfish.
Yeah.
She wants to go to her homeland.
I think this season just very clearly is showing all the power imbalances. The Queen and her subjects, the noble and the servants.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how it's going to be. And yeah, we're seeing it very clearly with the Queen and Lady Danbury.
Yeah, then Lady Danbury even finds her a new lady in waiting. And then the Queen's just like, okay, you can leave now. And then she's like, oh, you're here just in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Lady Danbury's like, that's what she was supposed to be here for.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious if she's actually, like, if they're setting her up to completely leave the scene by the end of the season.
Yeah, I'm curious too.
Or
I feel like
if she'll
she's been
become
a pretty, like, instrumental part of most seasons.
Absolutely. She's been very heavily involved.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it'll be interesting that she doesn't have, like, her person in the market this season.
I know. Yeah. Supposedly she's connected to a love story in the future through family connections, I think. So that brings her that's the chance of her coming back. But yeah, she doesn't have as much of a connection as she had the last 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also have Eloise putting herself on the shelf.
I feel like that's what they always do right before they find their love match.
True.
But like throughout these episodes, I feel like Eloise is just getting like bitter because like she doesn't really fit into any group anymore. Like Penelope's married now and she's like talking about married things with Francesca.
Yeah, she's jealous that Francesca is like being friends with her friend, and then she's being rude to Hyacinth, who's just like trying to connect with her sister and like her older sister who she probably looks up to, and
yeah,
Eloise
like
is being mean to her.
Excited about it, yeah.
Yeah.
And then like Benedict is leaving her. He's like interested in finding someone now.
Yeah.
And she's bitter about that. She's like,
I think this is
what
leading
about
up
our
to
club?
her. I think it's leading up to her season.
Yeah. I had a few thoughts about that. Like either it could be so Hyacinth kind of goes off on Eloise at the end of this, at like season 4. And if like their relationship in any way is going to make Eloise see some positives in getting married. And then also they're really highlighting the class inequality, and Eloise keeps talking about how she wants to change the world. And if like this season is going to give her a purpose that she takes forward next season or something, and that's where she finds somebody that shares an interest with her.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm very interested to see if they keep the person, at least, that she's been connected to in the book. And either way, it's definitely spurring her to like think more. I think the whole like you're selfish kind of comment is going to impact her in the second half of the season, and she's going to realize like, oh, I have been making this all about me, my thoughts and my feelings, and I don't acknowledge anyone else's thoughts or feelings. And maybe that'll open her up to someone special's thoughts and feelings.
Yeah, I don't know anything about her story, or like what, like the guy that she ends up with, or anything about her story.
It's a weird one.
Yeah, I don't either.
I won't spoil it.
It's weird.
Eloise is weird. She's got to find a weird match.
Yeah.
I also thought it was funny that she like went to Scotland and she was like, there wasn't enough people for me to talk to.
Yeah.
Well, like her whole thing is she doesn't like talking to people.
Yeah. Her facial expressions.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to kind of more, it's like maybe straddling episode 1 and 2. Her facial expressions when like all the guys like start coming up to talk to her was so good.
Her smile when she's smiling at the guys when her mom tells her to and they're passing and she's like,
yeah. Claudia Jessie is so good at playing Eloise. I love her.
Yeah. So going into episode 2, Benedict is now determined to find this lady in silver that ditched him at the ball. He has the glove. And
he has the glove, but he has
facts.
not. The amount of times, though, that, again, thinking about boys and how much they don't think about things, the amount of times he has looked at that glove, he has held that glove, and he never once looked inside to see if there was a crest or anything.
Yeah.
Boy. Yeah. What are you doing?
Like, even if you're holding it, surely you would, like, he was, like, running it through his fingers. Like, usually you can feel a tag, like, through that type of material. It's like a silky material.
I'm also, like, not that Madame Delacroix, how do you say her name?
Delacroix
necessarily made the gown, but, like, my first thought was, oh, he's friends with her. He could take the glove to her and see if she knows who it belongs to.
Maybe they're not friends anymore.
So
yeah, that would have been smart too. But did he do any of that? No.
He really focused on lips.
Yeah,
like that's the weirdest thing to pick out.
He stared at everyone's lips and then
like,
asked them what they wore to the ball.
It is the only thing that he like fully saw of her face that wasn't masked in any way.
I know, but we have like hair color, skin color.
Yeah.
And he's like, the lips.
Well, he was trying to kiss her, so he remembers the lips.
He did kiss her, so. What if he was like, I need to kiss all of you to figure out what?
Well, obviously that didn't work anyways, because he already kissed her and he still hasn't figured it out.
True. Absolutely true.
So he starts on this whole mission, enlists Eloise, which is how we get Eloise talking to men, trying to figure out if their sisters were potentially the girl.
She's like, oh, you have sisters, don't you? Do any of them know how to not dance?
Yeah. Yeah. And then we also get Sophie's backstory, finally.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we kind of get her point of view of the masquerade ball. And that Rosamond is awful. Like, she's
Awful.
truly the evil stepsister. But Posey is not, and I like that.
Posey's the sweet one who just got
Yeah, I like
shoved
Posey.
into a horrible family, sadly.
Yeah. I really like Posey.
Yeah. I will say
I could not remember her name for the life of me when we were watching it.
She kept going, Poppy? Like, no.
Posey. Oh man, what is her name? I think the actress is actually Katie, but the girl who plays the stepmom, evil stepmom.
Lady Penwood.
Lady Penwood. Her acting was so good when we see the flashback scene of her meeting Sophie.
Mm-hmm.
It's so clear when he's like, "This is my ward," and she sees it right away. She's like, "That is your kid." And the instant betrayal look on her face, and then the second kind of disgust look was there, and that just without any words, I thought that was really, really strong.
Okay, so with all these flashbacks, she clearly thought her dad cared about her and that he was a good guy, but I'm just not seeing that.
No?
For starters, he marries someone and doesn't let her know that there's going to be another child in the family, but he's like, I hope you'll see her as your own. And I was like,
yeah. That is a little different in the book. We got a little bit more of an explanation of she just randomly one day got dropped off at his house. Sophie. He didn't know he had a daughter until she was dropped off one day with a note. And he couldn't deny it because she so clearly looked like him. It was obvious from the day she was born that was his child. And he never acknowledged her really as his daughter, never called her daughter. She wasn't allowed to call him father, but he always made sure she had good education and did all the things. And so he took care of her in a way, but actually loving and caring about her, he didn't really.
Yeah. So he makes the comment about I'll always take care of you, but then he doesn't make sure she's in the dance classes anymore. And he won't talk to her about her mom.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, you have the necklace, that's all you need.
And supposedly he didn't put her in the will.
I'm wondering if... Yeah.
Again, we kind of have a Cinderella story going on, so I think there's some trickery.
I'm assuming that's going to come up later.
I would assume. It is a love story after all. Benedict's going to have to find some way to marry her.
Yeah.
The Bridgerton name has to survive this scandal.
So then we have I think it's at the end of this episode, but her dad dying, and then Lady Penwood's like, I'll take care of you. You'll be my maid.
You'll be my unpaid slave labor.
And so did that happen recently? Because when we first see Lady Penwood going to the ball, she's coming out of mourning.
Potentially. It's honestly not very clear. And I think it can kind of be ambiguous of how long she's been like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think in the book it happened... I can't remember. When she was a teenager.
She looked grown up.
Yeah. So I don't know for sure. Sophie though, during the grave scene, looked amazing. I just kept thinking, I was like, wow, she looks good.
She does grief well.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I
But
took
we
note.
also get like this comes up again, like the whole like the maid being the mistress and how that just it tears apart your reputation and is just like the worst situation.
Yeah. I also think she's obviously now seen the like the issues with it. It's like if it was just a lord or a nobleman and his mistress and, just the mistress that had to deal with all of the kind of the bad baggage that comes with being a mistress, that would be fine. But if you have kids, then those kids have to face like this awkwardness of being a bastard. And that's
Yeah.
what she is. She's like, I don't love this life. I wouldn't want to put
Yeah.
a kid in this.
Yeah. Which is why I kind of understand. So when like Benedict goes to see Posey, she like doesn't go into the room even though the footman is there like, just go in, he'll probably recognize you. And she's like, no, he doesn't actually want to see
Taylor
me.
Swift is playing.
Yes.
That's a great song for the moment.
Yeah.
But like I did continue to kind of get annoyed with her for like intentionally lying to Benedict and hiding the lead. Like he was kind of picking up on stuff and she's like, no. Like I get why she's hiding it because she's like, you can't be with me, you don't actually want to be with me.
Yeah.
But I'm still like, just tell him.
I know. I mean, at the end of the day, I think she's just like, if I tell you, you'll be happy, but then disappointed because there's nothing you can do about it. And like, I broke society rules by going to that ball and dancing with you and kissing you. And maybe she hopes that if she stays away and never says anything, then he'll move on to somebody else and that won't kind of ruin him for other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But during his little calling with Posey, for starters, Posey was like so sweet, and I love that she just like rambles and she's just like, let me just tell you what's on my mind.
I know. It reminded me of not Eloise, of Penelope when she first started trying to flirt with boys.
Yeah.
She just couldn't stop talking.
But he
And she was just like
mentions
so cute and sweet, and like she was also so excited that someone was calling on her and not her sister.
Mm-hmm.
It was
and
just
that
so
she
sweet.
shares those moments with Sophie. Like she doesn't go to her other sister. She's like, Sophie will be excited with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sophie will root for me.
And then she got
'Cause her
yelled at
mother
for trying to
won't either.
hug Sophie
Yeah.
Yeah.
when Sophie was leaving.
Yeah. So Benedict mentions the silver. He's like, you weren't wearing silver? And Lady Penwood's like, are you looking for someone wearing silver? And then she finds a silver dress and realizes Sophie went and then fires her.
She connects the
Because
dots.
she's mean.
I will say Lady Penwood's shoe collection, fire.
I love the glass cases.
The glass cases that it's all in. It was just like, it just kind of was making me giggle, I feel like, that she fired Sophie, who she wasn't paying, mind you. But then was hiring, like, a bunch of people, like, poaching them from other people and hiring all these people and paying to do all the work that one person was doing previously. Yeah. And now having to pay all of these additional people as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Sophie's like at the Bridgerton house and they're like, well, who did this before? Who did all that?
She's like, I did all of it.
I did it.
Like, me? Who
Yeah.
else?
In the book, they also have kind of a whole maid war situation happening because Lady Penwood has to keep stealing people. And I'm kind of curious as this kind of pops up in the second half. of her just continually not treating people well. And so they keep quitting on her.
Oh, interesting.
Which, I mean, I feel like you can kind of see just from her personality alone that she's not going to treat people well. So maybe Varley will, go back to the Featheringtons.
Yeah, so with this whole maid war situation, I thought they really highlighted the difference between like the Bridgerton house and the Featherington house. And Portia was so just ridiculous with
She was.
Varley.
Yeah.
She's like, let me give you my old dresses and then I'll go buy some new ones, but I can't give you a raise.
I'm like, do you know what that lady did for you all these years? Like
she was doing everybody's job when they had no
yeah,
money.
because they had no money and they could barely probably, I don't even know, maybe they didn't pay her sometimes. And she just stayed with them. She helped them. Varley helped her fake a bunch of stuff with Marina, kept all
Commit
of her
crimes.
horror secrets, cooked them dinner, emptied their chamber pots, like did literally everything in their household. And like let, Mrs. Featherington cry on her, I'm sure, all the time when she was stressed out. Like, I cannot believe that lady asked for a raise and they were like, no, we don't have the money.
And she said, she hasn't had a raise in 20 years.
That's just crazy.
Also, like, Lady Featherington thinking, like, that just because if she gave her a raise, then she would have to give everyone else a raise. I'm like, no. Because they probably haven't been working for you for 20 years, and they aren't doing as much as she does for you or has done for you. Like, it's different in that type of situation where she's like the head maid.
Yeah.
So she should be making more than the other maids anyways. I don't know. That's my 2 cents.
That's true. But maybe also they just deserve to be paid more.
Yes, but also like one of Lady Featherington's excuses that then she would have to raise everybody's pay. And she can't afford to do that. I'm like, if you can't afford to do that, just give her a raise. And nobody really needs to know about it. Like, you can be discreet.
And how she kept being like, Varley's part of the family. And then she's like, it's improper to talk about money in the family. And Varley's like, I work for you.
Yeah. I kept thinking, like, why didn't you go to Penelope and Colin? They would have given you a raise right away.
I was thinking that too, because I'm like, technically Penelope is in charge of that.
Yeah, I think technically she would be the head of the house. Or not the head, but like the lady of the house.
Yeah, because her son is the heir.
She's busy with Lady Whistledown duties.
Yeah, but also if she would have went to Penelope and said, like, this is what's going on, and I would like a raise after 20 years, Penelope probably would have given it to her.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this is really jumping forward, but like end of episode 4, Varley does leave and she goes to the Penwoods. And I'm like, the Penwoods moving in next door and Varley working there, like that all has to be important in some way. So I'm like, does Varley learn stuff and then tell Penelope? And then like, this is how information gets back to Colin. Does Posey like help out in some way?
Benedict, you mean?
Oh, yeah, Benedict. Whoops. Probably to Colin then Benedict.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious as to how it connects too.
Because we have like a lot of people know things and they're just not talking to each other.
I think the close proximity is definitely going to get to them. They're like Sophie's going to run into them some way or another, being next door neighbors.
Yeah.
So we haven't even got so we got to the firing. So then she goes out to the country.
Yep.
Okay.
And
so the big difference from the show to the book is that between the ball and her getting kicked out of the house to when Benedict meets her in the country, there's a 2-year time jump.
I'm not really clear on how much time passed in the show because he like looks like he goes on a bender.
Yeah.
So it's like a couple days.
I think it's supposed to be a little
like at least a week has
unclear.
passed, for sure. based on like when they were doing like the night and day stuff.
Yeah.
The little like zoom through of day passing, it felt like it was definitely like 3 days that had gone by in that little thing, I feel like. So I feel like it's reasonable to assume at least a week has gone by. Because then also he didn't even know where he was.
Yeah,
when we
he's been on
like
a serious
finally get
bender.
back to him. He's like, "Where are we?"
But I was like, did he know he ended up in the country? Like,
Who knows?
how did he get there?
He was probably just drunk and rode with somebody. And
Yeah, he
was
got
sleeping
shoved
half
into
the
some
time.
carriage. Or agreed to it while he was drunk and then got into a carriage.
Was just in a carriage and had no clue where he was going.
But it seems like it's been a few weeks between the masquerade ball and then when he meets Sophie out in the country. In the book, he really talks about, or like in his chapter at the party, he talks about how he feels too old to be there. And like everyone there is like young and like just only interested in drinking and having a bunch of sex with like prostitutes and like all the things. And he's like, ugh, I kind of feel icky. Like I'm ready to leave. And this, the show, I mean, I got the kind of old thing, but I just was like, he seems like he's too hungover to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the party's kind of ended for him.
Yeah.
I felt kind of like he was like kind of over the whole thing when he did catch the other guys like trying to do stuff to the maids, and he was like, "This is not for me anymore."
Yeah.
But then like he still kind of goes back to it.
Yeah, he does. But he saves her. What did you think about him saving the maids?
I like that he helped both of them.
I agree.
Yeah. It's a good hero moment.
I mean, at the end of the day, he is a Bridgerton, and he is going to be respectful of women.
He was raised right. Does
Yeah.
he act right all the time? No, but he
Well,
was
I
raised
mean,
right.
Even when he's sleeping with women who are not of, society, he's still very respectful of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He treats them like humans.
Yeah, I think he just doesn't like place the same value, I guess, on their like honor as he does.
Yeah.
The nobility.
Yeah, because he knows what it's like to be ruined or whatever. Like how that affects you.
Yeah.
So he saves
but he
her
does.
and then
he gets injured.
He gets injured.
And when he like fell on that, like rolled on that glass, I was like, oh, that's not going to be a little thing.
No. In the book, he is like fighting a cold. And then when they get caught in the rainstorm, he gets like really, really sick. So similar vibes, he has to recover. He wakes up in the middle of the night and is delirious and in pain and doesn't know his name. And she has to help him.
Yeah,
I did like the scene if he couldn't get into his own house, though. And then Sophie was like,
Would you like to come in?
Yeah.
I like that it's called My Cottage.
Yeah. It's just a funny name.
This giant house, and she's like, cottage? He's like, no, that's the name.
Yeah. Cottage is a little misleading.
Yeah.
I love the crab trees.
Yes.
Yes, I love them.
They're so good.
Well, so we do learn, like, she did have a hand in helping raise them. And I was telling Jillian, I'm like, she totally has the same vibes as Benedict in, like, the way that they, like, make the facial expressions for everything.
Uh-huh.
And are, like, just react so much with their faces. I'm like, it feels like she helped raise him.
Yeah. I love her, like, just her whole attitude is so good. And the way that she immediately is, like, catching on. She's like, oh,
yeah,
Benedict, you can't be touching a maid.
Yeah.
Okay, so the whole time at the cottage to me felt very Pride and Prejudice.
It did.
Like, we
I get
have
that.
the being sick and needing to, like, be, like, stuck in close proximity with each other for a time. And then, like, just kind of, like, having all this leisure time and learning each other's interests. And then
Not being able to
the
sit
lake.
still.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's, like, a lot of tropes in there.
Yeah.
In just that part.
I was kind of hoping that him coming out of the water would be, I don't know, sexier. Like, I'm not saying that he's not an attractive man. He's an attractive man, sure. But do you remember when Anthony fell into the lake and then, like, that whole scene?
Yeah.
It did not feel that way. Like, they did not shoot it the same way.
No.
I don't know. I'm waiting for Benedict. I'm, like, waiting for them to make him the leading man. Like, the glow up. I think I'm still waiting on the glow up.
I don't know that you're gonna get it.
I know. It's fine. We can move on.
I will say one thing that is bothering me, which is really a me problem, but the actor, his teeth, like these two teeth come out further than the middle two teeth, and it bugs me every single time we see his mouth up close. And I cannot get past it.
Teeth picky. You want him to have veneers.
Just straight teeth.
Just straight teeth. Which I know is, my teeth aren't straight anymore either, but it does bug me.
Interesting.
It bugs me that my teeth aren't straight as well, so.
I actually haven't noticed that, so thank you. That is going to be something I notice now.
You're welcome.
Okay, what else happened in episode 2 to 3?
We have, like, the Eloise and Penelope helping Benedict, like, specifically with, like, the Lady Whistledown search and everything. And then Violet being filled in by Penelope when Violet bullies her into telling her what's going on.
That was good. I loved that.
I kind of wish we, like, got more of that. Like got a scene of that. Because I just love Violet when she's like she's on a mission and she needs to know this and she's gonna get it out of you no matter what.
Yeah. That takes me back to season 1 when Daphne gets engaged to what's-his-face, Pembroke or whatever his name was. And she immediately is like, oh, ladies' maids, they know everything. Let's invite his mom over. Like, we're going to do this. We'll be ladies. We'll talk about it. And then they spread the gossip all around. So good. But yeah, you're right. When she's on a mission, she really can get stuff done.
Yeah. She locks in.
One of the things I was hoping for with this season was more Benedict Violet moments. Because she's
gotten a lot of that.
Every season where it's like that person's story, she like connects more with that kid and has more one-on-one moments. And I think we've gotten a good mix of her like being very like motherly and encouraging, and then her like funny moments of like she's like, you wouldn't do that to your dear mother, would you?
Yeah.
She's like, no son of mine would be so cruel, would they?
Okay, so really quickly before we go straight to London, Benedict in the book is a little bit more, so more kind of happens between him and Sophie at my cottage. Obviously they kissed, but I think it gets a little more rated R between the two of them. And then he starts immediately like, be my mistress at that point in the book. And she turns him down and says no. And that kind of explains, I feel like, a little bit more of her reluctance to be in London at Bridgerton House. I feel like there was a little disconnect for me between, I mean, obviously they kissed, but I think both of them parted ways and like weren't looking for anything else at my cottage, it seemed. And then when they get to Bridgerton House and she's like, "Oh, I'm working here," it kind of feels weird that she would be so reluctant to want to work there.
I got the feeling at the end of my cottage after the kiss, and then she's like, "Yeah, I think we should go back." And he's like, "I had the same thought," that they were both clearly lying and that they had feelings. And so, like, she knew it was going to be a problem to be in close proximity to him.
Yeah, I think the reluctance did make sense to me in that I think she like realized that at least she had feelings for sure, and he probably did too, seeing as he was like kissing her and stuff, and didn't think that being in the same house as him was necessarily a good idea.
Okay.
I think that's where the reluctance worked for me there.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Okay, so they get back. Oh,
the
go
other
ahead.
thing that we had happened during the My Cottage stuff was the Queen and Lady Danbury. When this is
They
like where the
fight.
Queen was like, "You're my subject," and I say, "You can't leave," and Lady Danbury's like, "Fine, I'm not coming to you. Like, we won't hang out anymore." And then Brimsley had to come and be like,
Beg
"She
her.
needs you."
Yeah. I feel bad for the Queen, but then I don't feel bad for the Queen.
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel bad because clearly she's lonely, but I don't know why she's not like doing anything about it aside from just holding on to Lady Danbury.
I don't know if she knows how to anymore.
Well, I also think some of the reluctance is nobody knows about the king
Yeah.
and his.
But they do.
But she thinks that they don't. Like, she thinks that nobody knows about it, nobody's suspicious of anything, nobody thinks anything of it. They just think that he's doing whatever tucked away.
You guys didn't watch Queen Charlotte, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I think I only watched 4 episodes, and a lot of people adore, like a lot of people think that's their favorite Bridgerton show, actually, is Queen Charlotte. And I know it explains a lot more of their relationship and like
Mm-hmm.
I think the secrecy and everything leading up to that. Um, so there's probably something there that maybe we don't all quite understand. But I guess she's been queen for so long too that she just doesn't know how to be anything different. Like,
Well, she's also like oblivious to everything going on.
yeah.
Like with the maid
the
where
fact she
she
didn't
is
know
like,
about maids.
Yeah.
she's like, "Do we have maids?"
She's like, "We don't even have maids, do we?" And he's like, actually, we've got a lot.
I was kind of surprised there was only 142.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's the size of Bridgerton house.
But then she's also just like being cruel to the people around her. Like when she dismissed her lady in waiting.
Yeah, who was just asking for leave to have a baby.
Yeah.
And she was like, how could she be so inconsiderate not to think of me when she's having a kid?
I do think I would be more sympathetic if I'd watched Queen Charlotte. Because I have heard online, like everybody's like, their story's so great, there's so much chemistry, like their friendship is so great. And then like you feel bad when he's deteriorating and she's like, "I'm gonna be alone."
I did feel for her there when Lady Danbury came back, and then, you know, you kind of felt that like all the queen is scared about is eventually when her husband does die. Like, she is scared of being truly alone.
Mm-hmm.
That was heartbreaking. Especially because she's so alone now because he doesn't recognize her most days.
Yeah.
But I think part of her thing is she's scared to let anybody else be privy to that information and that side of her life, while Lady Danbury has been privy to that the whole time, pretty much.
Yes. She was there right when she became queen.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay,
yeah.
so before we completely get back to London, I do have a question about the glove. So she took it when she left the Penwood house. But did she take it with her to London?
That I'm so curious about too, because it does, like, I mean, they went from being outside of I can't remember his last name, but wherever she was working before, they were outside and then they were on his like little carriage and then they were gone. I was like, you had no time to pack up your stuff. The
Yeah.
only way I could maybe connect the dots is if Hazel picked up some of her stuff and ended up taking it with her to London. Like anything that she had left at the house that she didn't have.
Yeah, I guess. I'm just
Or
like,
if we're just supposed to assume that she ran in and grabbed her little bag but then we just cut to the carriage. But
Maybe.
also there wasn't really anywhere on there like you would have seen it
Yeah, she didn't have a bag
on the
with her.
carriage because it was like an open carriage. Like it wasn't like anything was inside it or anything.
and she didn't bring anything into the house.
Right.
In my head, Hazel brings it with her later on.
Okay.
So if
So
we
I'm
see
there
that
for
she
that.
has it, then that's how we can
That's
connect
what
the dots.
happened. Yeah.
I'm just glad it's not with the Penwoods because I was like, I was actually really proud of how Benedict was trying to like suss out the girl, like asking like vague riddle questions that like obviously the person he was talking to would know what he was
Yeah.
trying to get at, but that he like only kind of gave away that he was looking for someone dressed in silver, and he hasn't mentioned the glove to like anybody except his family. So like,
well, and every girl he's also asking like probably I'm sure he's asking if they know how to dance or whatever, but then he's also asking the question about the water. And is like, do you prefer a lake where it's more shallow? The ocean, the sea where it's more deep?
Yeah.
So I'm like, the possibility of him getting tricked is a little lower. Like I was really worried about that early on.
No, I think he definitely won't be tricked. I don't think he will.
That's like usually part of the Cinderella story. It's like somebody else takes her place.
Yeah, it kind of depends though.
Her stepsisters cut off their toes so that they can fit into the glass slipper.
At least there will be none of that in this story. We don't need to cut off any fingers.
No.
There's none of that. There's none of that.
Yeah, fit in the glove.
There's none of that in the Disney version, but
No. Okay, to London.
So we get back to London. And we have her becoming a lady's maid for Hyacinth and Eloise. First we learned that apparently Lady Penwood has like badmouthed her all over town.
Yeah.
And
Which
nobody wants to touch
honestly,
her.
I mean, obviously Benedict was vouching for her to his mom, but that just goes to show how cool Mama Bridgerton is, because she's like, oh, like I have heard terrible things about her, but I'm gonna trust my son that she's a good person and hire her anyways.
yeah.
So we have Eloise and Hyacinth, and she like is bonding with them over like ballet and books and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then they learn like she's really educated, and they're like, that's weird. I am a little bit bothered. Like I understand why she's hiding stuff from Benedict, but I'm like, why won't she tell literally anybody else anything about her? Like Mrs. Crabtree was asking questions, and she was like, closed book, would tell her nothing.
Well, even Violet, like, she wouldn't even say where she was at.
No. And then the other maids, like, she won't open up to them.
Yeah.
I'm going to remind you of something that happened differently in the book than it did in the show, but it might be relevant later. as to why she's hiding her identity a little bit. In the book, as she's leaving the Penwood house, she takes the shoe pins with her. She actually steals the shoe pins. In the show, obviously, we see Posey give them over. But I honestly think that she wants to distance herself from the Penwoods as much as possible. I don't think she wants word getting back to them. I don't think she wants, because obviously if the Penwoods knew that she was in town or knew that the Bridgertons had hired her, you know, they could say all these horrible things about her too. I don't know. I just think that
I just assumed everybody knew she was from the Penwoods because they were the ones spreading the rumors about not trusting her.
I don't know necessarily.
Well, and it might not have been specifically the Penwoods spreading rumors about her. It might have been the Penwoods told their ladies' maids or whoever to say bad things. And they did it because they didn't want to lose their job.
Yeah.
And you know, as Violet says, the maids hear everything. They talk.
Yeah.
But, okay, well, that's another reason she's trying to hide. Like, obviously, she has to have learned this stuff somewhere. And she can't say that she was like a former ward of the Penwoods and then somehow she turned into a maid. Like, that would be a weird story. And the Violet would have so many questions about that. So, like, her story doesn't really make sense, I feel like, to most noble women.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think she necessarily even needs to reveal that she was a ward of the Penwoods to say that, because like they just were trying to figure out where she was working prior, like whose house she was in. She didn't necessarily have to say. Well, she did say like she was allowed to sit in on the lessons with the daughters of the house.
Yeah.
She could have just said she was a maid for them. She didn't have to say she was a ward of them.
It's true. Maybe we'll, I don't know, get more.
Well, I was also just like, when like Mrs. Crabtree asked about her necklace, and she's like, "Oh, is there a story behind it?" And she's like, "No, it's just silly." I was like, you couldn't just say, "Oh, it was my mother's." And then
yeah, that doesn't, even if it does have follow-up questions, you could just be like, I never really knew her. I don't want to talk about it.
And then when the maids are like sharing their secret talents, and she's like, "Nah."
Yeah.
Well, does she have a secret talent?
Doing every job in the house.
It feels like she doesn't fit in anywhere. Is the thing. She's so, like, she's as educated as any, you know, or not royal born, but like noble born lady. So she doesn't quite fit in with the maid.
Except that she can't dance.
Except for she can't dance. But then she also doesn't really fit in with all the maids because, you know, she was a ward and she has noble blood in her. And yeah, so she just
and it also doesn't help that she's aware that she's noble born.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like she was like an orphan to her knowledge and was just taken in by this guy kindly and was always kind of worked for them.
Okay, I have a question about just like society rules for the illegitimate children. Are they still considered part of society, or are they like even if she like came out and like her dad was a nobleman, does it even matter if she was an illegitimate child?
Generally, no, they're not, I think, supposed to be part of society. However, I think some of them get away with it by claiming their illegitimate children to be their wards. And so they're just like sheltering them through society. And their parents are like people who live in the country and aren't part of like the London season or something like that.
Okay.
So I think, like, out there, I'm an illegitimate child. No. But they find clever ways to kind of hide those things.
So, like, she would only be accepted here if she's like, no, I was a ward, but my
Yes.
stepmother, like, took away my inheritance.
Yes. Potentially. Yeah. Because just her claiming that Lord Penwood was her father would not be enough if her mother was not of noble birth.
Yeah. Which is probably part of the reason that her dad was saying that she's his ward, because then if that's the lie you tell within your home, then that's what society will also hear, and then people could just assume maybe she belongs to his sister or some other family member, and
Yeah.
isn't
You can
actually
make up a
his,
lot more
but
lies.
is part of his family somewhere.
Okay, I also had the same question for you about Gregory. Like, he pops up, he's got a little bit of facial hair. Do you still think he needs to be recast, or will he be old enough? Or, like, look old enough?
I am concerned with him because all of our other Bridgerton men have been significantly older. For now, I can't see it. That may change. Maybe they'll wait and do his season absolutely last. And then maybe he'll be old enough.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got the possibility of
4 more years.
Eloise, Hyacinth.
4 more years,
Francesca?
but if you think about 4 more years, that's more like probably 6
Like 6 to 8.
Yeah.
8 more years, like in
Yeah.
real life.
And I think he could possibly grow into it.
Maybe. He's still got a baby face right now, so I can't
He does.
say for
Well,
certain.
he is still kind of a child.
Yeah. I mean, he's a teenager. He's young, right? So, as of now,
I'm gonna tell you how
yes,
old
I
he
would
is
say
in just a
recast.
second.
But that's because he's too young.
Okay. So then we have she's made in the house. They keep having these moments.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like not good about the boundaries like he would be if she was an actual lady. So
Yes.
they're kissing and she's like, you gotta
Go
stop.
away.
You gotta
Yeah.
leave.
I love how she stands up for herself and she's like, this is the best job I've ever had. Don't screw it up for me.
Yeah.
She's like, you need to leave.
So the actor who plays Gregory is currently 19. So in even 3 years, he could grow into his face.
Okay. Well, then I will wait and see it. The guy who plays Luke is like, what, 38?
37.
37?
Or no, he is 38, and the actress who plays Sophie is 27. I did look up their age difference because I was like, there's gonna be a gap there.
Yeah. So, just in comparison to like all of the other Bridgerton brothers playing the love interest, he is a baby.
He is, but he also does have a similar, like currently, a similar face to how Colin was, especially in season 1. Like more round and a little more like baby fat to it.
Season 1 Colin was a little rough.
Yeah. No, I mean, seriously, give him 5-6 years. Sure. He could be a leading man.
But is Benedict a leading man?
I think even if it was like just like 3 years for 3 seasons, I think he still has the chance.
Yeah.
Of being grown into that enough. If
I
even
will
just
wait to
3
see
years.
For now, I don't trust it, but that's because I just can't picture Gregory doing.
It is also kind of just weird, like talking about him like that, because he's 19. Is that what I said?
Yeah.
which like he's a legal adult, but even like he's even younger than me, and it's just like kind of weird.
Yeah. Danielle, he's 10 years younger than I am. That's creepy.
Yeah. He's only like 3 years younger than me, and it's kind of weird.
So, same comments about him, but yeah, I love that Sophie's like, leave, get out, go to your bachelor lodgings. That's where you probably should be anyways. Love that. What about Francesca's issues this season?
Okay. I haven't read her story, but I know a lot of people are upset because this is taking a serious turn away from like the whole meaning of her story. But like clearly she's not that into John.
Yeah.
And I also think it's so like funny / bad, I guess, that the young ladies in society have no clue about sex. Nothing.
No. They need a biology
But, like,
lesson.
And like Mama Bridgerton has had this conversation a couple times now, and she
They
still
could
can't
benefit.
talk about
They
it.
could benefit from a sex ed class.
100%. And you know who should teach it? Penelope. I like how Penelope was straight up with her.
Yeah, she was like, no more analogies, just tell me straight how it is.
Yeah. It is making me disappointed about Francesca's relationship with John. Ugh.
They just don't seem that into each other. Like,
No.
they're very sweet to each other.
Even
But
he
there's, like,
doesn't
no
seem
chemistry.
that into her.
He's like, I'll
Like,
do
you
whatever
can tell
you
he
want.
cares about her, but it doesn't feel like, especially like in the ways that we've seen with the other characters, Daphne and
Yeah.
all of them, like how like even just compared to like Penelope and Colin right now, which I feel like is the comparison that we're supposed to be making.
Yeah.
Neither one of them feel as into each other as the other couples are into each other.
I think that's, precisely why it's like that last season wasn't Francesca's love story. Like,
yeah,
she clearly isn't married to the love of her life yet.
But isn't that like the point of her story? It's like she's supposed to be madly in love with John and is so devastated when he dies. And she's like, she couldn't imagine being with anyone else.
Yes.
So what is her story going to be?
I don't know.
She's going to be
They
lesbian.
changed it. Yeah.
She can't be lesbian in society.
That's also where I'm like, what is happening with, like, how are they going to develop it so that this is suddenly going to be okay? Because she is obviously going to end up with Michaela. So I'm like, what? Is marriage?
And there's no way
cards?
that it's okay in society. It has to be something where they live in the country.
In secret.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I've been so disappointed because in the story, like, she is absolutely heartbroken when John dies because that was the love of her life.
Well, and we already have met a gay person, Benedict. And is like friends with him, and he like has his lover on the side, but he's married.
I was like, Benedict's also sleeping with the boys, but
yeah, but like
no, but
he's
the guy
just
from
like,
season 1 who couldn't be with his actual partner.
And he had his lady beard.
Yeah. And then she got
so
to
like
do whatever she wanted.
We know it's an unacceptable thing, and that like obviously there are people who are, but like they have certain arrangements and have to like find loopholes and stuff because it's not an accepted thing, and there's no way that's going to change in one season.
I hope they don't change it so that John stays alive, but then suddenly he becomes the beard, and then she just
I was thinking a different route. I was thinking he and Francesca have a kid, and it's a son. So the son inherits the title. So then Francesca and Michaela can like live together under that title. and like there's no obligation to remarry.
Yeah. And she can like kind of do it under the guise of like she was in love with him and could never.
I don't know. I wonder if they may still though make her infertility issues, because that's a part of her book as well. I mean, it's obviously something's coming up now with their infertility of like they can't get pregnant. So I don't know. I can't picture her season yet. I'm curious as to what the second half will look like, especially now that Michaela's back.
Yeah.
I'm not really looking forward to her season.
I'm not necessarily looking forward to it.
So different from... But also, like, so Mama Bridgerton is like, everybody has to have their great love.
Yeah.
And, like, how is that going to work if Francesca doesn't find someone? Or, like, she's going to have to come out to Violet.
Yeah, which Violet will be fine. The family will be fine. It's more of, like, how do they make this work in society that I'm, like...
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting. And they're just drastically changing so much. Oh, I don't like it. Of course, they follow the book almost perfectly so far on this season. And then Francesca's book, they've thrown out, essentially. Of course, my favorite book that they've thrown out. But
I'm upset, too, because it's kind of taking away from last season where Violet was like, Francesca taught me that love doesn't have to be this, like, fiery passion.
Yeah.
And
but you could see
like
Francesca's face. When she said that, though, Francesca's face was clearly like, you could already tell that she was feeling some type of weird way.
Yeah, but I think that is because the actor knows where the story's going and that that's not her, like, love in any way, really.
Maybe.
I'm also wondering how she's going to discover that she's a lesbian.
I'm sure that she is going to... the next 4 episodes, something is going to happen to spark her interest, for sure. I don't know what. The thing is, though,
she's such like a, I don't know the word. Like, she's just like so like in herself. Like, she's very shy and reserved. And to like even just imagine that, I think wanting to explore things even is like weird.
Not to be weird about things, but her bedroom problems with John, I think, are going to be solved because she's going to be thinking about somebody else.
I did kind of have that thought.
Yeah.
I wonder how they're going to show that.
I don't know. They'll be creative in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's an interesting
We'll think it's like a dream or something, and then we'll come to reality and it'll be her and John together. And that's what she's thinking.
How, like, they did it with Colin last season and him making out with Penelope.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe we'll see something like that with her and Michaela.
So we also have Violet and Marcus Anderson.
Yes.
I love them.
I love it. I'm so happy for Violet.
She's like, I'm the tea you're having tonight.
Yes.
The planning of this date was great.
It was fantastic.
She's
and
like,
her lady and like the housemate, like I was obsessed. She felt so embarrassed, anytime they were touching or close and anyone walked in, she immediately like jumped away and got all sorts of embarrassed. And then she finally reaches out and is like, please help me do this. And then, of course, she's like, yeah, girl, let me help you. Let me send everyone away. We're going to make this night perfect for you. You deserve it.
She's like, everybody drinks tea.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, everybody does drink tea.
I'm just happy for her.
Me too.
Yeah.
And she looked like that. Her like bedroom outfit, stunning. Loved it.
Her man.
Her confidence coming back.
Yeah. I like how he was like, well, we can take it slow. And then she goes, get undressed.
Yeah. And he had abs. I was not expecting him to take his shirt off and see abs.
Yeah. And we saw other things.
Yep.
The amount of butts that they show in this show.
I wonder if they all have butt doubles. That's a thing.
Maybe. Possibly.
Fascinating.
I feel like I would want a butt double.
Yeah,
I don't think I'd be comfortable enough.
Yeah. Yeah, so happy for her. Excited to see where their relationship goes, if it goes beyond just a little gardening, I guess. A little tea. Like, will they get married? We'll see.
No, because she doesn't want her kids to know. Like, they don't know what's going on yet.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah, I can't really imagine them getting married. I can imagine her kids learning of it eventually. Like, when she gets more comfortable with it. But I don't know.
But when he came back last season, like to London, he came to London to look for a wife. So I wonder if he's going to accept that if she doesn't want to get married, or what.
I wonder if she's gonna wait until all the kids are married off.
Possibly. It's a long time to wait.
And then we get another season just for Violet.
God, freaking, she's the last. He's gonna have to wait a long time.
Yeah. And then we also have Lady Danbury tricking Mrs. Mondrich into becoming a lady in waiting.
That was mean.
But could be interesting to see Mrs. Mondrich and the Queen.
She is the only one.
As soon as she was like, right, as soon as Lady Danbury was asking, like, can I pick your new lady in waiting? I was like, I know where this is going.
Yeah. I definitely think that she could keep up with the Queen. Mm. Still worried she'll maybe offend the Queen, but maybe the Queen will think it's funny.
Or maybe the Queen will kind of respect her for it if she's like, listen, you need to reel it in here.
Yeah, but obviously
come back to this is reality. Let's come back to it.
Yeah. But Lady Danbury is just serving up her replacement on a silver platter.
And the Queen is not taking it.
No.
Yeah.
She's like, you can go.
She's going to have to force the Queen, I think, to engage a little bit more with her.
Yeah.
But Lady Danbury is an expert planner, so I have no doubt that she will do it.
And expert manipulator.
Yep. As they all are.
So, very last thing is we have the offer to Sophie to be Benedict's mistress.
They've been leading up to it the whole time, right? I mean, we've seen more mistresses. We've seen more talk of mistresses. I did see on Threads today how someone, when they're at the club and Benedict's friend comes up and introduces Miss Virginia as his mistress, Colin's face in the background is just like, ugh.
Why would you do that?
For me. He's like, I've got my love, the love of my life, my wife at home. I don't need a mistress.
Yeah. He was like, why would anyone do that?
Yeah.
And he's like, Anthony had a mistress.
He did. Truly did.
Yeah. So disappointed in Benedict there, but
yeah, but at the same time, he at least understands class. Like, he understands he can't marry her. I think as much as he would want to marry her, he knows he can't.
I mean, obviously, the like reoccurring theme in this whole thing is like separation of classes, and even in the preview for next season, they're like you have to choose between your family and love and like society and love. So I mean, like, obviously he's gonna choose love at the end, but like what is gonna happen to everything else?
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I do know because I know what the end of the book is like. But yeah, I'm kind of curious for the second half. I think I will say overall, I told you before, Benedict's book is just my least favorite. I think it's the Cinderella trope. I think maybe I'm just a little tired of it. So it's my least favorite, and I've liked the side character stories more than I've liked the main character story. Like before, I got annoyed by the side characters, and now I'm like living for the side characters. Like I want to know more about Mama Bridgerton. I want to know more about, Eloise and discovering herself and Hyacinth and all the little things. I'm still interested in Benedict and Sophie, but
I think so far this might be a hot take, but I like this season better than last season.
I think the writing is better this season.
I think so too.
Because I was also worried about the Cinderella trope. I was like, it's been done too many times, I'm just not gonna like it. But I think they've done a good job with it. As far as like it not just being like they meet at the ball and he has to go on a search and find her, and then he finds her happily ever after. Like clearly there's gonna be a lot more struggle.
Yeah.
And like hurdles for them to get through.
Yeah. Okay. So where would you rank it right now how would you rank the seasons right now on our half of season 4?
I'll rank it 1, 2, 4, 3. From most favorite to least favorite.
I think that would probably be the same for me.
I would switch 1 and 2. I would say 2, 1, 4, 3.
1 and 2 are just so good. I don't know that I will think any season beats those ones.
We'll see. Maybe the second half will turn you into a 4 lover.
Maybe.
We're
definitely getting introduced to a lot more of like how the world works.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me though, it is kind of hard. I think also just I've rewatched Daphne's season so many times, even just between like season 1 and 2. Like while we were waiting for season 2, that it's just it's like the same as like it's the same as like when like there's an original movie and then there's the remake, but you like the original more because that's the one you like grew up with or whatever. I feel like it's like that for me with season 1, and I can't really see anything getting above Anthony's season because I really like his season.
They just did tension so well in those seasons.
Mm-hmm.
They did.
Me and Jillian were also talking about how Daphne did not have sex before she was married, but pretty much everyone else has. Like with their love interest.
Yes. I don't think that's going to change.
Probably not.
I mean, Francesca didn't.
Yeah, Francesca didn't.
True.
But she'll probably have sex with Michaela before.
Yeah.
In the book, that certainly happened. Gosh, you're right.
I just kind of found that interesting that, like, obviously, like, they made out and stuff because she was ruined and that's why she had to get married to him. But, like, they didn't really do anything else before they were married.
True. Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah. I think Daphne's also just the most prim and proper of them all.
Yeah.
Why she's a duchess.
True.
I think Hyacinth is going to be similar to Daphne in that she's like really into the process and like being a part of society.
I agree.
I think the difference will be that Daphne was just like naturally like enjoyed it, but also she was into it for the reason that she was the firstborn daughter and had to marry well for the sake of her sisters. I think Hyacinth will be into it for the reason that she's just into it and enjoys it and is like kind of girly girl.
Miranda's not telling us anything.
I'm not telling you anything. Also, I don't remember, so I can't tell you anything because I really
Well, then what's your prediction,
remember.
Miranda?
I agree.
I think Daphne was into it and is more girly girl like Hyacinth, but I think she also was like under more pressure than Hyacinth will ever be under for marrying well for her sisters, and Hyacinth is just into it because she's a girly girl.
Yeah. I also don't think the book really even talked about their like personality or like their thoughts towards the season and like coming out into society. So I don't even know if the book really spoke on that. And there was such a big time gap in different like between Francesca and Eloise and all of their older sisters getting married. Hyacinth came so much later that it like she was very much by herself.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think she kind of got to do what she did what she wanted. She was like the last one.
Yeah.
The last Bridgerton child to get married.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love seeing her enjoy it now and like get excited about it. I hope that means her season will be fun and like see her actually enjoying going to the balls and like doing all the things.
Yeah.
Because we certainly haven't seen that really.
Yeah.
Since Daphne.
But then like Daphne was getting like Anthony was just being so ridiculous about like you can't dance with him. He's not perfect enough.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Hyacinth season will be a little bit more of the social scene in that we'll see her socializing with other gentlemen and having more callers and stuff, and there won't be as much like stuff from Anthony where he's like, no, absolutely not type of stuff.
He'll have daughters by then. He'll have a whole brood to care for.
Right. He'll have more stuff going on, so he won't be as like interfering as much as he did with Daphne. And
maybe he'll still be in India.
I'm sure they go back and forth.
No, he's coming back.
He's coming back. He
I
was
know
in
he's
the
coming
preview.
back.
But I think that her Hyacinth season, how it will be different from Daphne's, is that it will be more the social scene,
more
than
fun,
kind of what we are used to.
Yeah. Okay, we've talked about Bridgerton for over an hour and a half now, so we probably should wrap it up and save any extra thoughts for next week. But overall, it's good so far. I like it, and I'm sad we have to wait another whole month to see part 2.
Yeah.
Is that a normal? Daniela was like, I thought it was only like a week usually.
No, it's been a
not
month
necessarily for Bridgerton, but I feel like with just like TV shows when they do a double release, it's not it doesn't. I don't really feel like it's usually a whole month in between. But then I guess like Stranger Things was kind of like that too.
Yeah,
it was a whole month.
Because this is their third time.
I just feel like other shows that have done that, it's like there is a gap in between, but not a whole month. It felt like to me, but maybe I don't really have any concept of time. So
no, this is their only second time. This second season 2 dropped all at once. It was only last year that they started doing the drop at 2 different times, and it was a month. I remember.
Okay.
So
bummer.
We'll wait, but then by the time it drops, we'll be closer to F1 starting, and then we'll have new things to talk about.
Drive to Survive.
Drive to Survive will be out by then.
Yes. Oh my God, there's so many things happening that week. We need to do more episodes so we have time to talk. But until then, bye.
Bye.